Wait for some people to get up in here. As we go over the post game and the Patriots victory. What's up, Justin? What's going on, man? What up, Karam? It was a good win. What's up, guys? What's going on? I got me my victory cigar. Celebrate the win today. What's up, Grid? What's going on, man? What's up? Yeah, it was a good win, Trucks. It was, man. They needed it. They needed it bad. They needed it real bad. They that was a big win. That was definitely a big win for them. That puts them back in it. And if they lost that game, they'd have been in trouble. They'd have been in big trouble if they'd have lost that game. They needed that win bad. What's up, FN? Yeah, guys, it was a good win. It definitely was. It was they needed it bad. But once again, though, a tale of a tale of two halves. They were real slow in the first half. They were real slow to get going and get rolling. And I mean, Cam played real good. Cam played really well. I don't really put it on him. I don't really put it on him though. I think this was more Josh McDaniels just having Cam, like, I don't know. I don't know if he had him on a leash or just kind of holding him back in the kind of holding him back in the first half, but they let him loose in the second half, and it showed. It showed. They kind of let him off the leash a little bit in the second half, and it showed, and he played much better. Or I should say the offense looked much better. The rhythm looked much better of the offense. Cam played really well tonight. He did. He shows flashes, Lewis. He shows very good flashes. It's the Pats offense is tough to learn, man. It is. It's real tough to learn. It's very complicated. There's a lot of there's just a lot involved in it. And it's not an easy offense to learn. But he shows flashes on and off. I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know. I don't think he's the long-term solution. I don't. But that was a good win today for us, though, and him. That was a good confidence booster for him. He needed that. Cam needed that for himself. I don't know. Like I said, the Pats offense is very complex. So I don't know if 1 year's. Let's see what he looks like in a full off season. That's another thing too. The Patriots themselves have just been up and down this year. Yeah, exactly, Trox. A real off season. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if he's a long-term solution, but maybe, I don't know. It depends on how he looks in camp. It's really up to Bill if he wants to keep him. It's really going to, like, this draft this year coming up for the Pats is going to be very interesting to see what direction they go. They need skilled position players. We all know that. We all know they need skilled position player. It has, Grid. It has. This has been a rough year for a lot of teams. It has. I don't know how much help Isaiah Ford's going to be, though. I realistically don't. I don't know how much help he's gonna be. I'm hoping he makes a difference, but I don't know. I don't know how much faith I actually have in him. But I hope he makes a difference. This was a good win, though. I know, Grid, for real. You ain't kidding, for real. For real though. It's I have a feeling a lot of the games this year are going to be like that. They're going to be back and forth and back and forth. This is kind of what, a microcosm of what this year is going to be. This is going to be a tough year for them. If they get into the playoffs, it shows a lot about the coaching and the team itself. If they get into the playoffs, it just shows a lot about the team. So I don't know though, that they gotta go. I think they gotta go. I think 7-2 down the stretch to get in the playoffs. They got to go 7-2 down the stretch to get in the playoffs. That's what they have to do. 9-7, I think, will get you in. I think 9-7 will get you in. But getting there is going to be tough. Getting to 9-7 is going to be tough. There's no doubt about that. That's a big task. All right, got you, man. Cool, I got you. But yeah, that's a monumental ask. 7-2 for the team the way it's situated. Is that's a big time ask from them. Karam, they're playing really well. Allen and Tua this weekend. Josh Allen and Tua looked really good this weekend. I know, Trox, exactly, man. Exactly. I know, any given Sunday. But they got to go 7-2 down the stretch to get in, or at least have a shot to get in. They got to go 9-7. That's what they're going to have to do to get in the playoffs. Can they do it? I don't know. I hope they can. I'd like to see them get in, and at least if they can get into the playoffs, I think they're going to be a pain for whoever they got to play to get out. The Patriots have never been a tough out, The only real games I've ever I have very rarely seen the Patriots just give up in a game. That San Francisco game, it looked like they quit in that game. It looked like they quit in the San Francisco game, and that's the first game I've seen them actually wave the white flag in a game in probably 10 years. So that was. They don't usually do that. They're gonna fight to the very end. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter who they're playing or what their record is. They're gonna fight. That's how they've always been. But that was the last game. When the Niners demolished them. That was the last game. I think I've actually seen them throw in the towel during the game. But outside of that, it's been a long time. So I think if they can get in, I do think they're going to be a pain to get out. Whoever they got to play, they're going to fight. They're going to fight tooth and nail against them. I know that. They played, yeah, Grid. They did. They played hard today. Valhalla. The Jets did play hard today. They kind of surprised me. They did. The Jets surprised me today. But the game-changing play was that J.C. Jackson interception. The game-changing play was that J.C. Jackson interception, because that's that one play, right? That one play, the J.C. Jackson interception. The J.C. Jackson interception, that one play is like a microcosm of That's like a microcosm of Flacco's career. He's always been known to throw into the, to do that dumb stuff like that. Like, it's just him. It's just that's who Flacco is. That one play, trying to throw it deep like that instead of just throwing it out of bounds. Like, that was a terrible throw. He overthrew him, and J.C. Jackson, like, that was a bad play. That was a bad play. And it's a microcosm of who Flacco is. But that was a huge win. If the Patriots had lost that game, that would not have been good. That would have been really bad. If they had lost that game, that would have been bad. That would not have been a good thing at all. The media would have been all over them. The narrative, tomorrow morning would have been, what is Bill doing? Fire Cam, all that stuff. That would have been the narrative tomorrow morning in the Boston media. They would have eaten this team alive if they didn't win this game. They would have absolutely eaten this team alive. Yeah, dude, Carson, we're gonna have to just grind it out, dude. I bet the rest of our season's gonna look just like tonight. The rest of our season's gonna be games just like tonight. They're gonna be tractor pulls of a game. Oh, I'm sure it was, Karam. I'm sure it was. I'm sure the media was all over them. At this point in the season, with the team constructed the way it is, the Pats are just going to have to fight and scratch and claw for every win they get. They're going to Vegas, they're just going to have to find a way, dude. They're going to have to find a way to win games. It's like, this is what the season's going to be like. I don't know. I don't know about the Ravens. What's up, Isaiah? What's going on, man? What's up, Isaiah? I don't know. That the Ravens are going to be tough. The Ravens are going to be tough. That defense for Baltimore is legit. That D is legit. And they're a running team. Ravens are a running team. And the Pats don't stop the run well. So they're gonna have to force Lamar to stay in the pocket, and I don't know if they can do that. The run defense for the Pats is not that. I don't know if the run defense of the Patriots is good enough to do that. I don't know if the run defense the Patriots have is good enough to do that. But that's what they have to do. They have to keep Lamar in the pocket, and that's a tough one. That's gonna be a tough ask. What's up, Julian? What's going on? What's up? But the Pats needed this tonight, guys. They needed this win. This was big. This was real big. This was big. They got one. They got what they needed. They stayed in the hunt. At times, the most frustrating thing about tonight was at times it just looked like the offense was going nowhere. They would just go nowhere. They would put like four nice plays together and then go 3 and out. And it was like that against some of these better teams, that can't happen. You gotta sustain drives. You got to sustain drives and keep the chains moving. You can't afford to go 3 and out, twice or 3 times in a row. You just can't do it. They got to pick it up on offense. I know, like I said, I know Cam's still kind of learning on the fly, but they got to be better on offense. They do. Oh, if we lost to the Jets, Anonymous, I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my mind if we lost to the Jets. The 0-8 Jets. I would have absolutely lost my mind. But they got what they needed though. They stayed in the hunt. You know, they're back in it now, or at least there's an outside shot that they could get in. You know, it's a big ask, but there is an outside shot now that they can get in. Bob Money says you can have Jimmy G back. He's injury prone. He's made of glass. Jimmy G made of glass, man. Somebody sneezes on Jimmy G and he gets hurt. The biggest problem is Jimmy can't stay healthy. That's his issue. He can't stay on the field. How can you help your team win if you can't stay on the field? Isaiah. Valhalla, that shit's hilarious. For real though. You ain't lying. He's just made of glass. Like the reliability is just not there. The Niners, you know who the Niners need? You know who the Niners need? They need Matt. The Niners could do well, I think, with Matt Ryan. I think the Niners could do well with Matt Ryan. I realistically do. I think San Fran could do well with Matt Ryan running the show there. Matt Stafford could work too. They need a good pocket passer that's reliable. I could see Matt Ryan doing really well in San Fran. I could. I could see Matt Ryan doing well with San Fran, though. He, a big arm like his. I could see him doing well in San Fran, and just using the run game to help. I could absolutely see that. Yeah, Isaiah, but the 2016 Falcons were pretty good, man. That team was good offensively. They were good, dude. And the defense for the Falcons was fast as hell. That team, I think Matty Ice could do well with the Niners. I really do. I think his style kind of matches what you guys are trying to do. He doesn't get along with him. What about Stafford? What about Stafford to the Niners? There's rumors going around here, guys. I mean, they haven't gained too much steam. They haven't gained too much weight to them or too much steam. But there are like rumblings and rumors that Belichick wants Jimmy G back, but I don't want any part of Jimmy G. He's made of glass and he can't stay on the field. If you're gonna get a quarterback here, you need him to stay on the field and be reliable. I don't know. If he wants Garoppolo back, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I don't like the fact that he's made of glass. I don't like the reliability. Exactly. The reliability issues are huge. They're massive. Like, if you can't stay on the field, you can't help the team. I could see that, Bob Money. I could see that. Jimmy just fell off, dude. That's the problem. he got hurt. He got, he had 2 injuries and just fell off. There were like Jimmy's biggest issue was the reliability. And hey, for all you Pats fans, do you remember when Jimmy hurt his shoulder here? You remember that? Remember when Jimmy hurt his shoulder here? He got hit hard, hit the ground, and Belichick wanted him to play through it, and he wouldn't play through it. You guys remember that when Brady was on his suspension? Do you guys remember when Belichick wanted Garoppolo to play through that shoulder injury? That didn't sit well with Bill, that he didn't play through it. That didn't sit well with Bill, that Jimmy didn't play through that injury. Yeah, that didn't sit well with Bill. The Pats are probably going to be picking at the current rate they're going. If they finish 9-7, they're probably going to be picking somewhere around 15. Somewhere around 15. I wouldn't. Yeah, Stafford's getting up there in age, so I don't know if I would give him. I don't know if I would give a first. I might give you a player in a second. I may give you a player in a second. It's good, Water King. We're good. We're celebrating. We got the cigar. Got the victory cigar hanging out with the squad. We're good, man. See, Clemson, I don't think so, Carson. I think we're going to be picking about 12 to 15 in that range. We did win soccer. Yes, we did. We won. But I personally think, guys, we're going to be picking somewhere between 10 and 15. That's where I think we're going to be picking. Unless they go on a miraculous run at the end of the year and finish 9-7. Then it's like, then you're probably around the 12 to 15 mark. And another thing, too, I don't know if you guys have noticed, too, the Patriots and Cam Newton desperately need a tight end. They desperately need a tight end. It's not being able to throw to a tight end on the field is absolutely is crushing the rhythm in that offense. That style offense that the Patriots run, you need a tight end. You need one, and they don't have it. Like, if the Gridiron Blitz and Troxel are still in here, I wanted to take TJ Hawkinson. I wanted Bill to draft Hawkinson. I think Gronk screwed him out of that, though. Gronk didn't make a decision till really late, but I think Bill Belichick would have taken Hawkinson. I think Bill, and you know who, Valhalla's in here too. I wouldn't mind trying to trade with the Vikings for Kyle Rudolph either. Big body tight end like that, I wouldn't mind trying to trade with the Vikings for Kyle Rudolph. Maybe in the offseason, go for that. See, I don't know about Noah Fant, but I liked Hawkins. I think I would have thought the Patriots, had they known about the Gronk situation earlier, I think they would have drafted Hawkinson. I do. I think they would have. I think they would have taken Hawkinson. I do. What's up, Blaze? What's going on? But I would take Kyle Rudolph from Minnesota, or at least make a call and see what they wanted for him, because he's a big body tight end. I would at least make a call for to the Vikings to see what they wanted. You too, Carson. You too. You Valhalla, second round pick. You want a second round pick for Rudolph? Is that what you're saying? Trox, Jimmy Graham's knee issues. All right, that's what they want. Okay, so they want a 2. I don't know if I'd do a 2. Maybe a 3. Maybe a 3. Valhalla, how old is Rudolph? How old is Kyle Rudolph? They did win, Blaze. They did win. He's old. Yeah, see, he's old. So I don't know, man. I might give you a 3. I might give you a 3. They won 30-27, Blaze. They won on a game-winning 51-yard field goal. Rudolph is 30. All right, 31. All right. I'd probably give you a 3 for Kyle Rudolph. I'd probably be all right with that. That's another thing too, as Patriot fans. Yo, guys, we gotta hope that Bill Belichick is on his game this year for the draft, because recently he's been swinging and missing a lot. Yeah, as Pats fans, we gotta hope he hits in the draft this year, or it's not gonna be looking good. He's got to get back. He's got to get back on the upswing for the drafting. He's been swinging and missing a lot. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is, yeah, he's the, where's Pitts from? Kyle Pitts is from Florida, right? Isn't he? Isn't Pitts from Florida? Yeah, I thought so. He's the kid from Florida. All right. They need one though. They really do. They need a tight end. Like, I think Gronk kind of screwed Bill in that aspect, because he didn't make a decision until way too late, and Bill didn't know what to do. So I don't know if I necessarily blame that on Bill. But like they need one though. This Patriot style offense needs a tight end to throw to, and if they don't have one, they're in trouble. Vikings want Wilson. Is that who they're looking at, Valhalla? Yeah, this upcoming draft's going to be interesting for us. Like I said, Belichick's got to hit. He's got to he can't be swinging and missing, and if he has an opportunity to pick in the top 15, then he better pick. I don't want to see him trade back or any of this other crap. He needs talent, and he needs it bad. So he needs to make that pick. What do you guys think of Trask, the kid from Florida? I don't know too much about him, but I guess he's kind of been gaining steam, gaining popularity, and I don't know too much about him. I know he's the kid that I know he plays for, I think, Florida, right? I believe he's the Gators quarterback, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know too much about him, about Trask. I know people are starting to talk about him now too, as one of the potential ones that could go inside the top 10, top 15 as a quarterback. But to be honest, what do you guys, What do you think? Do you think Trevor Lawrence is that generational talent or not? Do you think he is as good as the hype is, or what do you guys think about Lawrence? Do you think he's going to be as good as the hype train about him is? I don't know. Because they're hyping him up like he's the next Peyton Manning. I mean, with the amount of buzz surrounding him. So Carson says he thinks he's absolutely a generational talent. Space says 50-50. Trox thinks he's going to be top 10. The only reason I'm saying this, right? The only reason I'm saying this is because Tua played really well this weekend, right? The only reason I'm saying this, guys, is because Tua played really well this weekend. And then you look over at Josh Allen, and he's making strides forward. Yeah, see, Valhalla, I think too, man. I'm kind of with you on this one. Tua got lucky. Trucks. Tua got lucky. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Valhalla. That's what I don't know. I don't know if I have my doubts. I don't know. But I'm saying this because Tua looked really good this weekend for Miami, and then Josh Allen's making. It seems like Allen is making strides every year, and Flores is proving himself to be a solid coach too, and then who's the Bills coach? McDermott, right? McDermott's coaching the Bills there, I think. So technically, the only idiot in our division is the Jets, and they jets tonight. So, but the other, the Dolphins and the Bills have made like leaps and bounds, strides better. They've closed that gap between. They've closed that gap between, us and them, like quickly. And if Tua and Josh Allen continue to make the strides that they make, then it's not going to be long before It's not going to be long before someone jumps the Patriots. Pats need a quarterback, and they need a quarterback of the future. They need a quarterback of the future. I don't know if is Cam the guy for the next 6 years? I don't know. I don't know. Is he playing well enough to win games? I think so. I think they can win games with Cam, but if they're gonna roll with Cam, then they got to put talent around him. You can't just roll with this team the way it is. Like they have to, if they're gonna roll with Newton, and let's say they sign him for let's say they sign in the offseason, let's say they like what they see and they sign Cam to 2 years, then they got to put talent around him, because he can't keep doing what he's doing with just one receiver in Myers. Jacoby Myers Myers is like the only dude out there that's helping him besides the running backs. I mean, Rex Burkhead and Damian Harris were great tonight. What's up, Ted? What's going on, man? What up? But the running backs were great tonight. But they got if they're gonna roll with Newton and sign him to like a 2-year deal, then they got to put some talent around him. They got to draft a receiver, and I mean a legit receiver. If Bill gets a chance to draft in the top 15 and he can take a receiver, then don't trade out. If he trades out, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna like that if he trades out. It was a good game, Ted. It was. It was a good one. They fought. They had to earn it. It was crazy, mofo. It was, dude. That was right down to the freaking wire, dude. They had to earn that one. You know what I mean? If they're gonna roll with Newton, that's see soccer. That's what I'm thinking too. That the top 15, top 10, top 15 guys are your top level talent. You know, so if he gets a chance, let's say they hypothetically, let's say they roll with Cam Newton and sign him to a 2-year deal. You know, let's say Bill thinks he can win with him. You know, then he's got to put 2 receivers around him that have serious talent. He's got to put 2 receivers. He's got Jacoby Myers, and I think they can use him as a slot guy. He's got to put 2 receivers around him with some talent and a tight end. That's what he needs. For that offense to run, they need a solid receiving core and a tight end, and that offense will go. The Patriots style offense will run, but they have 1 receiver out of 3, and they don't have a tight end, and they have a quarterback who's trying to do everything, and you could tell on the field he's trying to do everything. He's trying to do it all himself. He's trying to do everything. He's doing everything he can to move the ball down the field, and it's just not going. But if they can get him 2 wide receivers and a tight end, and if Cam does stay, if they can get him 2 wide receivers and a tight end, I think they'll be all right. What's up, Asia? I hope so, Luke G. I hope. I mean, but that's just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Do you think that Cam will stay? Do you think they sign? Here's a better question. Do you think they sign Newton for 2 years? Will they give Cam after this year a 2-year contract? Do you guys think yet that, or do you think they go elsewhere? Do you think Cam goes elsewhere? Yeah, they should try to trade they should try to trade Harry, Ted. They should. They should try to trade Harry. I mean, they should definitely try to move Harry. Myers looks good, dude. Karam, he does. Because Harry's just not working out, Luke G. N'Keal Harry's just not working out here. I'm pretty ready to just chalk N'Keal Harry up to a swing and miss in Bill's draft board. Yeah. Yeah, Ted, I'm with you, man. I don't like Harry the way it's looking for him. Jacoby Myers, with the way you want to know what I like about Myers is that he fights for the football and he's willing to, he fights for the football and he's a scrappy guy. And I've always liked those kind of receivers. But in my opinion, that's what the Pats need. If they're going to keep, I mean, what do you think it would cost? So here's a question, right? What do you think it would cost to keep Newton here for 2 years? What do you think it would cost to keep Cam here for 2 years? But that's under the assumption that he stays. Like, what if they want him to stay? What if Bill doesn't want to, you know what I mean? Like, if they want him here. So here, I got a better question for you guys, right? How about this? We'll run through these quarterbacks. Would you take Cam Newton or Trask? Who would you take, Cam Newton or Kyle Trask? Carson said he would take Trask. Who would you guys take? Would you take Newton or would you take Trask? Vegas says Trask. Trox says always go with the youth, so he says Trask. Karam says, all right. All right, so you guys, you would take the youth. All right. Luke G said he would take Cam. He would stay with Cam. But these are all, this is the stuff that Cam is 31, Asia. He is 31 years old. He will be 32 by the start of next season. I don't know, Valhalla. He has said in multiple interviews that he doesn't want to coach past 70, and he's 68 right now. Bill has said that he doesn't want to coach past 70, and he's 68. So, I mean, I don't know if I believe him. He may. I mean, do you really think that he's got 2 more years, or do you think he'll coach longer? I don't know. That's a good question. Carson, I think you're right. I think they're going to hand the reins over to him. I think so. And here's the thing. I don't trust McDaniels as a head coach. I really don't. I don't know. I've never trusted that dude as a head coach. I thought he was a massive failure in Denver. I think he was a massive bust in Denver and learned his lesson the hard way. He is, yeah, Ted, he's chasing that record, but do you think he's going to get there, dude? He's got to coach for like 5 or 6 more years to get there, at least. He's going to have to coach for at least 6 more years to even come close to Shula. And that'll put him at like, I mean, he's 68 now. That'll put him in almost mid-70, almost mid-70s. I don't think Bill's son is as smart as he is, Luke G. I don't think he's as smart as he is. Yeah, I don't think he's as smart as he is. The thing is Bill is chasing Shula, right? He is, but it's gonna take him a while to get there. Like a while. Bill's gonna have to coach for at least 6 or 7 years, and I don't know if he wants to do that. I don't know if he wants to coach that far. I mean, it's going to take probably 3 seasons to get this team back into like Super Bowl contention, It's probably going to take this year, next year, and maybe the year after to get them set up and running efficiently enough to be back in the Super Bowl picture. It is a good day, Luke G. It is, man. Yeah, he looked bad yesterday. Yeah, that's the thing, Ted. He'd have to have 10 win. He'd have to have at least 10 wins in those seasons. Yeah, I hear that. Valhalla. I hear that. He's got them 6 rings. He does. He's got them 6 rings. The Pats got a lot of. I mean, guys, they got a lot of talent voids that they got to fill in the offseason and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to take one season. We're looking at a multi-year thing to get them back to like their former glory and back into the Super Bowl picture. It's a multi-year thing where they're going to have to add a couple pieces a year to get back to what they were. I mean, it's not going to mean that they're not going to fight every year and fight and scratch and claw, because that's just how they are. That's just the team that they are. There's a lot of veteran players on the Patriots, Luke G. There's a lot of veteran players. That's why I was saying earlier that we got to hope that Belichick hits on the draft this year. I don't know what happened. You got to have to refresh it. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. We're back. But that's just, it's just the way it's going to be. They can't do all this I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Something happened. Um but yeah, they can't fill all the talent voids that they have in 1 year. That we're definitely looking at a multi-year rebuild. That's a fact. It's going to be a multi-year thing. It's going to take them a while to get back into contention, but I think, you know, Bill's really going to have to hit on the draft this year. He's really going to have to pay attention and put the work in and get back get back at it. I don't know if it's a full rebuild, Vegas, but it's, I mean, they got a lot of, there's a Valhalla. All I saw was the ending of that. All right, Ted, you have a good night, man. I don't know, Asia. I think he's a cheater. That's what I think. I think Alex Cora is a cheater, and he got busted for cheating. So I don't know how I feel about having a cheater coach the team, but it is what it is. Yeah, they're gonna move Gilmore in the offseason. They will. They'll move him in the offseason. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any. Good night, Luke G. You have a good night, man. I don't think there's any doubt that they're gonna move him. Oh no, John Henry wanted to hire him back, dude. John Henry wanted him back. Absolutely, he did. John Henry wanted him back. But this was a good win, guys. They needed this in the worst way. Patriots needed this win in the worst way. It was they needed it bad. Yeah, AJ Hinch got hired with the Tigers too. Yep. I don't know, Vegas. I guess that Henry liked the way he related to the players. He was able to relate to the young guys real well. And the Red Sox are desperate right now. Like Carson said, yeah, they're desperate right now. That's why. But it's 12:40, guys. I'm gonna check up out of here. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up early. I did see that, Valhalla. I did see that. I did read about that. But I gotta get up early, guys. I gotta get up in about 3.5 hours, and I will check you guys later. But once again, good win for the Pats. That was a hard fought win. They needed that one. They needed that one bad, and they got it. They needed that bad to stay in the hunt. You too, Carson. Have a good night, guys. But yeah, they needed that win bad, and they got it. They did what they had to do. Cheers to you too, Luke. They did what they had to do to get it. You know, it wasn't pretty, and he's good, AJ. He's good. He's sleeping at the apartment. They did what they had to do, you know, and sometimes you win by an inch, and sometimes you win by a mile. But all that matters is a W in that column. So, you know, we'll take it. 3-5, pushing forward. Got a tough test ahead of us. The Ravens are not going to be easy. That's going to be a tough game. So we got to go get ready for that. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Much appreciated. Everybody have a good night. Love y'all. Appreciate all the support, and I will check you later. Y'all have a good night. Butchers, Block, and Patriots Talk, and I'm out. Peace.